would say my white whale is either Bond or Harley Quinn, and I feel like they've covered Harley Quinn a couple of times now with Margot and with Gaga. So that feels not only unlikely, but that it's a little bit
saturated.
It's the market. Yeah, the market has been saturated with some. I have a Harley Quinn tattoo with Faye Valentine.
Wow.
Yeah, there's that Harley Quinn, and that's Faye Valentine from Cowboy Bebop. I've been doing too many interviews. Faye Valentine from Cowboy Bebop, and they're just about to make out with each other. But Bond, baby, that would be. Oh, I feel like I was. I feel like I was fulfilling my grandmother's wish. For me, if I was able to do Bond. Dear God. Oof.
Well, that's the franchise in transition at the minute. Get your pitch for Barbara Broccoli the way you did for Kathleen Kennedy.
Call
me. Please do. Please make it. Please. I want nothing more.
Leslye,
I love hit pause. I love how they. I love how they.
So much for your time, and thank you for this awesome entry into the Star Wars universe. I had such a blast.
Hit pause.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
She talks a little more, but she wants to do James Bond.
Well, look.
Can you imagine?
She used the term white whale, dude. She used the term white whale.
Yeah.
What's the whole point of Moby Dick?
Kill the whale.
Well, no, it's an obsession. It's an over-obsession that destroys the main character. Okay? Yeah. Jesus. You're right. It's their white whale. It's always their white whale. Oh God, that I think that sums it up perfectly. And of course, even she says Harley Quinn is oversaturated. Harley Quinn needs to die. Harley Quinn's a played out character. Harley Quinn is a terrible character now. It was only ever good in the animated series. Bringing it in the comics was a big fucking mistake. What Jim Lee's redesign, Harley Whore, was a big mistake. Which people were calling it in my comic shop from day one, by the way, Harley Whore. It's just get rid of that character, please. But I would love to see a former personal assistant to Harvey Weinstein, Leslye Headland Bond. Bring it.
Yes, I want to see it too.
I want to see 1,000 more YouTube channels launched.
Yes, no, I just can you imagine? Because that's always the question during interviews, what's your next project? She doesn't have one. She's unemployed. I mean, they didn't fire her. It's, it's film and TV are freelance businesses. She was freelance. She did the show. The show's done. They don't need her. But she wants to do James effing Bond. When you hear her, she's so full of herself. I mean, you got to have, in Hollywood, you do have to have some false confidence. You have to have
of course.
You got to be a little bit of a bullshitter. And look, from one bullshitter to another, I can smell it.
A little bit of but you also have to be talented, right?
It has to be based in something real. But, fake it till you make it is a real thing. And she faked it and made it. And you can tell. You can tell.
Well, they've gotten so lazy that when somebody goes out and begs for a job on a red carpet, they just give it to them. It's oh, she did Russian Doll without any, there's very little research done at all. It would shock you. Chris knows. It would shock you in Hollywood, how people get jobs. It's usually who you know, who you blow. It's nepotism. It's friends. And there's very little research done, which would be prudent considering how much money is thrown away. And the amount of money that Hollywood wastes on Hollywood needs austerity. Right? There's so many jobs you don't need. There's so much middle management, too many line producers, too many fucking cooks in the kitchen. And then the money they waste on projects because they don't want to hurt their political capital with somebody's brother like Chris Nolan. They'll give Jonathan Nolan millions of dollars because of Nolan, not because of necessarily I would stay away from anybody who created Westworld and ended it the way they did. They should never get a job again because they had the heir apparent to Game of Thrones in season 1 and canceled it. Jar Jar, excellent bullshitter, like great bullshitter. Same with Kurtzman. Kurtzman was able to, by the way, the reason Kurtzman was given so much credit with Star Trek is because he did well with Hawaii Five-0. So his cred with Hawaii Five-0 it gave him the capital to keep making Star Trek, which is just insane, by the way. But they're really good at bullshitting. And then when they actually make their stuff sound familiar, they cheat in their homework. They just repurpose scenes. They cut corners. They create things like Mystery Box so you don't have to do any kind of real characterization or weave an actual plot. It's just a gimmick, and it's just a bunch of gimmicks. And it worked. It worked for a little while. Then it stopped working when people go, there's really good movies that feel like a McDonald's meal, like, Independence Day. We're not going to call Independence Day high art, but we love the movie. We do. And there's a charm to that, but there's still something put in the script. There's still some heart and soul. So you have this junk food with no heart and soul at all. That's what bullshitting when you become a better bullshitter than you are a creator in Hollywood, which is what it's filled with now, because that's the political environment. You have this one opportunity to schmooze a bunch of bankers who know nothing about, say, Star Wars, for example. And you do it because, Jar Jar Abrams, he's a known name. And none of these fucking bankers do their homework either, although they're playing with billions of dollars. Hey, he babysat Spielberg's kids. Spielberg likes them. Let's go with it. He did that Star Trek remake and did all right. Let's see what happens.
Nerdrotic.com. Please subscribe.